What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with 3 days out physique update of 2 times 212 Olympia champion Shaun going for his second ever Arnold. So the giant killer is all determined to live up to his reputation and his name and slay some giants. And massive respect for Shaun on being able to pack on that amount of muscle mass on his frame. Just looking at his physique from almost a decade back when he first came onto the scene. And how far he has come. That just blows away your mind. Now, I don't want to sound like a hater here, but the prospect that we see with 90% of the IFBB pros after they turn 40, that has kinda started with Shaun as well. Now, there is very noticeable size difference between his left and the right leg. And the left leg, I think you guys all can see, is losing that sweep big time. And this was kind of evident back at the Olympiad 2024 as well. Maybe that was the reason we did not see his quads at all during this year's entire Arnold prep. And I just fail to understand, why doesn't anyone in Shaun's corner ask him to suck his midsection in, especially in that side chest? If he can control that during the front double biceps and the front lat spread, he surely can do that during the side poses as well, because that side chest is a very good shot for him. But that midsection, that just totally ruins that. Now we all know he's trying to come in at his all-time biggest. Because first of all, this is a men's open show. And second of all, we saw that Shaun was kinda downsized back at the 212 Olympia last year. And the fact is, this version already looks a lot bigger than that Olympia version. And I'm pretty sure none of these guys, they have started that carbs loading phase just yet. So Shaun is looking for a top 4 finish in this lineup. But that is gonna be a very big challenge to beat those big boys. Now it does look pretty big standing by himself, but guys like Brendan Carey, William Bonac, James Hollingshead, they're gonna make him look quite narrow, especially in those comparisons. So Hostile just dropped some Sherpa-lined zip-up hoodies and forced hooded jackets. So do check them out and use the code Fazi10 to get 10% extra discount. Samson Dauda's hilarious expression after finishing his last cardio session before this year's Arnold. That is such an accurate representation of every bodybuilder, how they feel after a very long prep. Now I am sure so many of you guys who have competed, they can relate to that. I mean, we all love training and working out, but there is always a love and hate relationship with cardio. Now kind of too bad. Not many people can get truly peeled without doing a lot of cardio. Unless of course you have genetics, like that of Dexter Jackson, or in this era like Martin Fitzwater, who by the way did zero cardio for the New York Pro last year, and he was still shredded to the bone. Now it has been a very long prep for Samson Dauda, and yes, many of these guys, they did go through that same process as Samson, because they all did the Olympia last year, and now this year's Arnold. But Samson Dauda is probably the only one in this lineup who has been doing both the Arnold as well as the Olympia for the last 4 years consecutively, and now he's going for his 5th one. So irrespective of the outcome for this year's Arnold, there is some joy out there for the reigning Mr. Olympia, that he can finally relax for the next 6 to 8 weeks before it is time to start another off-season. Now Samson Dauda posted new physique update. Now assuming that is in fact a 2 days out physique update, that man is looking huge and so big, but we do expect him to look a bit harder at 2 days out. Or maybe this isn't exactly 2 days out update. Also, the other thing that I noticed are the abs, which aren't as tight as we expect them to be. But then again, he has been on the lowest possible food of this entire prep for the past week or so, and that we all know can drastically change a look. And he will most probably get more tighter and harder as they introduce more carbs. Now we already know that this is Samson's show to lose, and everyone knows that. So all the work has been done already, and all that is left for Samson Dauda is to peak, at least like he did for the Olympia last year. Because there is just one other thing that all of us know, that Derek Lunsford, the biggest threat to Samson at this show, he's gonna be in a better condition than Samson Dauda. So Samson also needs to be 100%. Guys, Gorilla Wear is offering a massive discount of up to 70% right now. Use the code Fazi10 to get 10% extra discount. Next up, we have a 3 days out physique update of the dark horse of this year's Arnold, Carlos Thomas Jr., as depleted and as flat as he can be, and still looking like a total cartoon character. Now he already had a very beautiful shape and very nice flow. Then he competed the last time at his pro debut, which was Texas Pro back in 2023. But I have got to say the man looks way better right now. That quads to waist ratio, that is just nuts. And as wild as this sounds, his waist is actually smaller than one of his legs. And that just goes to show us how massive his quads are. And I don't think we can say the same thing about any other physique in the IFBB Pro League. Now for the people who were kinda worried about his legs and that they won't have enough separation, and I kept on mentioning he had decent separation in Texas Pro as well as when he got his pro card. And we know he was in subpar conditioning at Texas Pro in 2023. Well, this physique update right here is your answer. So Carlos's coach Patrick Tour also posted this update, hitting him most muscular. And if Carlos has that much pop, even without any carbs, just wait till they fill him up and also dry him out. I'm telling you guys he's gonna turn some heads at his first ever Arnold. Now we still did not get to see his back, which by the way is the main area of concern for Carlos Thomas Jr. Now can he crack top 5 though? That's what he's aiming for. And it all comes down to how some of these veterans, like Brendan, like William Bonac, how they show up. Now props to Patrick Tour and also Carlos. Ever since he turned pro, this is his first ever prep, where Carlos did not have any health problems, any health scares, which used to happen when he was very close to being contest ready. So cannot wait to see this guy on the stage. Justin Rodriguez, the Nightmare, just posted 3 days out physique update. Now his waist in that front double biceps, that is actually looking very good, which is something unexpected, because in his last few showings, the one thing that was making Justin's entire physique, his entire flow look kind of odd, that was his waistline. Now Justin still has got those crazy bicep peaks, and you have got to give him the credit. He looks in a great condition right now, and him and his coach, Justin Jacoby, they still have time to get even better. And we all know Justin does get better in those final few days. Now as impressive as Justin looks here right now, you can go and listen to every prediction for this year's Arnold on all the different bodybuilding podcasts. His are the second last, or even last, alongside Patrick Moore. So both these guys, they need to pull out a miracle here. The lineup at this year's Arnold is just way too deep and way too good, and too combative for some of these guys. Now Justin is getting ready to step on the stage because he just loves to compete, not for the placings. And this is something we should all respect. Now eager to see what should Justin go for after this year's Arnold to have a more realistic chance to earn his Olympia qualification. Next up we have a 2 days out physique update from Logan Franklin. Now this isn't the old Logan anymore. This is an upgrade version of him. And there is no other way of saying that. He must have endured a lot of pain, a lot of suffering to get to those level of shreds. Now I'm not really sure what more him and his coach Patrick could do in order to have an impact at this upcoming Arnold. Because at this point, he looks absolutely ripped, very detailed, and also very classic. Now Logan is gonna have an edge on the Arnold stage compared to the Olympia. And that is because of the fact they highly value those guys who know how to present themselves. And Logan is without any shadow of a doubt one of the best posers in the industry right now. Now it was a missed peak by Logan at the Olympia last year, and that is what we were told. And the Olympia last year, that was their first show together of Logan and Patrick. So this I believe is gonna be different and a more improved look. So the problem is that every competitor is looking so damn insane just a few days out of this show. But we all know that has always been the case. And we have seen this so many times that these pictures and videos, they just do not translate on the stage. So let's just hope that Logan can bring his all-time best. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.